Hello and welcome. Let me know where you're joining me from today. And yes, this is our weekly session of Let's Get Real with Mona. That's me, Mona Naidu, where I share stories and teachings to inspire you to turn your dreams into reality. Now, can you believe it? We are in the ninth month of this year. It just feels like September just slided into, the space, and you wonder, like, last week Thursday was Spring Day. How did that happen? Yes, that's for us here in the Southern Hemisphere. And for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, yes, you've gone into autumn. So we're going to be having the spring equinox coming up, and then you're going to be having the autumn equinox. So it's really, really potent times to align to your abundance. Now, how are you doing? So much is changing, so much is shifting. And if you are in my email, if you're an email subscriber and you receive my newsletters, then you would have known that on the 31st of August, there was a huge change in my life and for us as a family, because my son moved out. And yes, at 27 years old, it was time for him to start his new life, his new journey. So, how apt is our theme for this month? New life. And we're going to be exploring different aspects of new life and how to actually bring that about with grace and ease. So, like I shared in my newsletter last week, that because I have the tools and the awareness and am able to have the courage to go through these changes, this is what allows me to shift and work with and basically ride the waves of change with grace and ease. And that's what I teach my clients to do as well. Because, like you know, change is really, really difficult. I'm trying to remember. I've got a book on my in my library, and I'm going to bring that up at some point, where it's all about change. And the author says people would rather die than deal with change. And I don't know about you. I always thought I was someone who was easy to deal with changes, but when it actually occurs, when it's upon you, when it's upon me, actually, I feel quite emotional about it. And here's the thing: when we allow ourselves to feel, well, that's how we get into the process of shifting with grace and ease. So, as I've said, it's a new month, it's a new frequency, it's even a new season. Now, I hope that you use the vibrations of a new month, you use the vibrations of a new season to turn your dreams into reality. Now, for many, turning your dreams into reality can be a scary journey as well, because we always look at how we can achieve something based on where we are currently. And sometimes where we are currently may not be in the most favorable place, and that's why we hold ourselves back. So today, I'm going to talk to you about, well, what could be standing in the way of you creating your new life, your new abundant life. Now, before I go further into that, I just want to share with you what I witnessed on my recent safari trip. There were baby rhinos, there were baby elephants, there were baby hippos, baby warthog, baby zebras. Now, there was not just one or two of them, there were many of them. And I thought, what a beautiful reflection of new life. If you grow a garden, you would be able to see the shoots of new life. And how exciting is it when we see a baby, whether it's a human baby or an animal baby, whether it's a pup or a kitten? How exciting is that? You feel so much joy, your heart expands, right? Now, we must bring that same frequency, that same energy into our own life, into our own creation. And here's the thing, only you can give yourself permission to have that new life. Now, new life doesn't mean that it has to be big and grandiose and it has to be something unusual. It can be whatever it means for you. And whatever that means for you, it may be giving your home a fresh coat of paint. It may be taking a new course. It may be going somewhere. Because new life is normally associated with like some kind of movement, some kind of change, some kind of resurrection, activation, awakening. It's a part of us that we're making alive again. So that's what new life is about. Now, there's something that can stand in the way of our new creations. What do you think that is? If you're in my community, you would have seen my question earlier today. And that's our past. Yes. You see, until we can let go of the past, until we can step away from the past, until we can leave the past in the past, we don't actually create the new with the frequency of abundance that we can. So, how many of you know what I'm talking about here? That we have the same stories running for years. We have the same beliefs running for years. Have you noticed that there's perhaps at least one area in your life where you seem to be stuck? Now, if that's happening for you, if you feel that you aren't moving forward with something, whichever area in your life that is, whether it's money and finances, whether it's your business or your career, whether it's your health, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your spirituality, look to see what about it, what is something from the past that is consuming your energy. You see, because new life is all about breathing in new life force energy into our creation, whether it's into our body, whether it's into our business, whether it's into our career, our relationships. Are you breathing in life force energy into all those things, into all those areas? When we hold on to something from the past, now, many people will say, oh, I've dealt with that. Oh, I've done that. Oh, I've released that shadow or that belief. But here's the thing. When it's time for us to play on the next level, sometimes that which you released in the past, you may have just released a small portion of it. So it's time that you got the opportunity now to go back and look and say, do I still feel an anchor there? Do I still feel like something's pulling me back? Because here's what happens to your abundance. When you're sitting in the past, when you're holding onto something from the past, whether it's blame, whether it's shame, whether it's guilt, is it sadness? Is it anger? Is it grief? Now you see, those things will keep us locked in a prison that's actually our past. And what do you think happens to your abundance? It can't find you. You can't align to it. And you'll be doing and doing and doing. And you wonder why you aren't achieving the results you'd love to achieve. Because remember, here's the thing. We may achieve certain results, and that's what makes some people complacent. Like, oh, my life is fine. I don't have to do any internal work. I don't have to empower myself or develop myself further. But the thing is this, if we are in sync with nature, we know that there's these ebbs and flows, there's these different seasons. And for each season, we get to reap the rewards of each season. So we have to be constantly evolving in our being, in our service, in our expression, in everything we do. And like I say, this is a new season, no matter where you are in the world. You could be going into spring if you're in the southern hemisphere, and you could be going into autumn if you're in the northern hemisphere. But here's the thing, because we live in such a vastly connected world, we can tap into both the frequencies of the north and the south. We can bring whatever we want to, because the truth is this: we have a blank canvas to create our life the way we want it to be. So, are you ready to do this month? Are you ready to go look at what from your past is still occupying space in your mind, in your body, in your energy field? What is it that you feel from your past is holding you back? Now, when I look at South Africa, well, you can see it so clearly that we're still so stuck and anchored in the past. We keep talking about the past and we say the present is because of all those many, many, many years ago that all these atrocities happen. And we love to keep saying that that's the reason why now we can't make better decisions. And for me, this is where healing comes in. You see, our past did traumatize us. Our past did negatively impact us. And it doesn't matter whether you grew up in an apartheid, the apartheid regime, or life in democracy. We all, irrespective of our race, our gender, and it doesn't matter where we are in the world, we've had incidents in our own families that would have impacted us, in our own communities. So all these things cause us to be anchored in the past. Now, here's the amazing thing. When we look at moving forward and creating new life, we have got to let something go first. And healing. So for me, our solution for South Africa, we first have to find peace within ourselves. Then only can we unite. And then we'll experience the prosperity that is so available for us to experience as a nation. As with any other country out there, any other group or tribes of people out there. But the healing comes first. We have to let go of the past. I'm not saying we have to forget the past. I'm saying we have to let go of the control that the past has on us. Some people have anger about the past. Some people have shame and guilt about the past, because it depends which side you were on. So until we choose to heal, until we choose to let go of it and not make the past our anchor, then new life cannot flourish. You cannot flourish. So, what's the easiest way to do this? First, it's awareness. Which area of your life are you feeling that you are not creating something new? And remember, it's all dependent on what your definition of new and abundance is. What is it that you want to create there? And right now, this week, with all the cosmic support we have been having these past couple of weeks, this week is filled with love and compassion. So it's the perfect time for you to let go of the past. The question is, do you have the courage to do that? Because healing takes courage. And I guess this is why I love working with people. I love working with my clients, because I help them to heal something that's been holding them in the past so they can move forward. Whether it is someone wanting to change their job, and then going traveling all over the world, whether it's someone that wants to start a business, whether it's someone that wants a new relationship, or someone that wants to create more flow of income, someone who wants to contribute. Now, these are the different things we have to look at. How do we want to live our life and create something new? So this week, use the energies, use the cosmic, it's like a cosmic blanket of kindness and compassion and love that's holding us this week. And it's all up to you to embrace that, to work with it, and understand that you are divinely supported on this journey to creating the next level of your new abundant life. So, are you ready for it? Let's get cracking with this. Like I said, I stepped into September being an empty nester. Yes, Viz and I are alone in this huge house, and we've been waking up every day since then. And it just feels like it's very quiet. Although our son wasn't a noisy person, but you know how it is when someone's not there, the familiar is no longer there. And that can be scary as well. So last week, I got to release the emotions that I felt when my son was leaving. And he got to release his emotions. And we all got to start September on a whole new note of new creation, new opportunities, new flows of abundance. We opened the way. So, are you going to do that as well? Yes, it's not the easiest journey, but when you're supported, you know that the journey becomes so much more joyful to do. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what it is of the past that you are letting go of. And what is it that you want to create this month and moving forward into this new season? So please do leave me a comment. And yes, if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, please do so at support@princessmona.com, or you can reach me through Messenger on Facebook. I'd love to hear what resonated with you today. Remember, the past holds us away, it keeps us away from our abundance. It keeps us stuck. New life means going forward. No matter how scary it is, you are always divinely protected. And if you need support, come to me. Go find another facilitator, a practitioner, but go out and reach out and ask for help. Because those who are willing to ask for help are the ones who achieve the results that they desire. So until next time, have a magical week and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.